everybody. It's a beautiful morning in the Muotathal, back at the river. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. Had some breakfast and just wanted to come down and check the river. Higher today than than yesterday, excuse me. This is pretty common in Switzerland because they have a lot of hydrological, like dams, small dams, and water dispersions for floods and things like that. So typically, and also since this is glacial, you will find that a lot of the water, it goes up and down. It's not consistent on a day-to-day basis, but as you can see, the water's higher, but it's still nice. So I'm gonna jump in and fish. It is lovely though, I will say. I don't know, you could just sit out here and have some coffee, some tea, Coke Zero, and just enjoy the view. Definitely doesn't suck, that's for sure. Alright, we're off to the races. Let's see what this is. Like I said before, yesterday, I've never actually been here. I've been here as a tourist, but I've never fished here. So, yeah, I'm fairly certain this is a popular spot to fish for Swiss, especially for here in Canton Schwyz. One unique thing about this canton is that the people who live in the canton get to start fishing a month earlier than the people who don't. So it's kind of prime time there from April 15th to May 15th every year. The people who actually live here get to kind of first pickings. This is pretty grim. Jesus. I think I picked the wrong side. Not a little kid anymore. Spider-Man down some shit. Let's try this again. That looks a little more doable. As I was saying earlier, if someone was to come and fish here, you do need to be conscious and cognizant of the water levels in a lot of these Swiss streams because they can change drastically, even in a matter of seconds. I've been caught in a couple hairy situations where the water level went up about 7.5 feet in about 30 seconds. So you must be cognizant of your wading and what the water level is if you're out in the river. When it comes to the fish, I don't know if they're there. Does the water level really affect them? Maybe. We'll never know. But they live in this, so it's their thing. Water levels go up, water levels go down. That's what they know. I would presume everybody and their dog starts fishing here. But you never know. Maybe I got the right stuff this morning. Just going back with my little 2-weight Euro nymphing rig, if you want to call it that. Euro dragon rig. is lovely, that's for sure. I just feel like there's a little more going on in the water today, a little more turbulence. Seems like yesterday, this area here was a little more calm. It's interesting. I'm trying to kind of seek out little pockets of soft water. Thank you. Do not want to retie you. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but there's a rock right here. Trying to get my flies right underneath that rock if possible. See some soft spots kind of up there. I'll trek up there. Three or four casts. 3 or 4 good casts that you drag your nymphs through there. I'll probably always talk about this in these videos, but I mean, you could, if you really think there's a fish in there, you could change up, go heavier, go darker, go lighter. But for me, everything that I do here in Switzerland is all about movement and hitting as many pockets and spots as I possibly can in the shortest amount of time. I stay confident with what I'm using. I know that with these brown trout, if they're there, they're there. And what you're using is, it's not arbitrary, but these fish have seen a lot of stuff go in front of them over their lifetimes. They're usually not looking for one specific thing. They have a varied diet, let's just say that. So I remain confident in what I have on the end of my line. It's a big rock right here. It's really hard to kind of navigate. You want to get right behind it, but that's a tough one. Kind of want to get down in there. That just looks way too juicy. And as always, never stand over the top of your fish. And always try to fish upstream. Since the fish are facing upstream, you don't ever want to stand on top of them or cast from the top like that, unless you're swinging streamers from about, 6 to 8 to 10 meters. Always come up behind them so you don't spook them, especially when the water is so gin clear. That's just a generally good rule of thumb wherever you're fishing, however you're fishing, especially for salmonids. If you're fishing with flies or you're fishing with gear, it doesn't really matter. Spinners, unless you're swinging them, that was actually a nice drift. little bit on the inside there. Speed of your flies when you're Euro nymphing, ooh, there's one, is incredibly important. Hey bud, how you doing? Good morning to you, my friend. In the net. See if we can just take him out of there without touching him too much. There you go. Beautiful little Muota brown trout. All right, bud, let me see if I can get you out of here. This is like some science experiment going on here. There you go. Cheers, bud. First one of the day. Speed and presentation, man. It cannot be understated. No love. No love. Next. Just finished that stretch. I didn't get any more than those two small ones, excuse me. It's heating up, geez. It's getting warm. It's only supposed to be warm today. It's only 9 o'clock. Try another spot. All right, it is getting super warm, so I'm going to try one more spot, and then I'll probably call it a day after that. It just gets way too hot, but we'll see. I've seen a few little, like I said before, I've never been here, so I have no clue where I'm going. I'm just thinking that's like, it looks like a trail right there, I guess. But I see the river up there. So let's head that way. Didn't see anything coming up. I just wanted to cast a dry fly a few times. Sometimes these brownies are pretty excited, but we'll see. Seems like it'd be a lot more suited for nymphing. But sometimes I just like to cast a fly, because when you're Euro nymphing, you're not really casting much anything. You're just kind of tossing. Oh, that ain't sitting right. I'm gonna do some Euro nymphing in here, and maybe up there in that calm water. Put a dry fly up there. Mercer's Missing Link, one of my favorite dry fly patterns, period. End of story. If you do see something specific, of course, if there's a huge mayfly hatch, God forbid there's a midge hatch, because that sucks. But if you do see something specific, then definitely, you know, change up and put something on. But for a searching pattern, a small searching pattern here in Switzerland, I've always had really good luck with Mercer's Missing Link. Hello. 22, I guess? I don't know the gauge of that. I don't know what that is. I'm not a gunman. I can hope that there's nobody here today on this stretch of the river. Ooh, thought that was a fish. That would be the bottom. Trying to get up there. Man, I'm getting old. Be burning my legs. On the flip side, I would presume this is where a lot of people fish. All right, fish on. He was laying in the back here. Nice little guy. Appreciate you. Hey bud, something about purple, man, purple and pink. How are you doing? Make your day a lot better. Let me see, did I get you out? Yeah, you're out. Get out of there. Nice.